UPSC should be much more careful, and especially using the extreme words such as all, every and everything, because whenever any conditions apply or whenever we have any exemption regarding the same, then we can basically counter the statements. So that's how we use the elimination techniques, right? The officer in charge of the police station where the CFIR has been lodged. Now there is a difference between lodging and registering. What do I mean by lodged? Lodged means you go to the police station and you lodge the complaint. There are two data here. The one is that the objectives of National Hydrogen Mission is obtaining or producing 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen produced annually by 2030. This is the production. And the another data which is related to 50 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions avoided annually. Good day everyone, Sreejay here and welcome to yet another video of Civilsdaily IAS. In this video, we'll be analyzing the recent controversy regarding the Central Administrative Tribunal's directive to UPSC to the answer to the queries by October 8th. Now, I know that most of you will be familiar with this case. For those who are not, let me briefly give you an idea regarding the same. So, as all of you know that this year, UPSC introduced the representation portal, right? If you feel that any question's answer is incorrect in the provincial key, you can challenge the questions, you can provide the government related data and everything as a source of the question, and you can basically challenge the same. So what happened is 4 aspirants who basically challenged these particular 8 questions in the provincial answer key provided by UPSC. And the petitioners are basically claiming that they have received no response from the UPSC regarding these 8 questions which they have filed in the representation. So this petition is basically seeking the UPSC to provide answer, to provide the government sources and everything to the 8 questions which has been filed as a representation by these 4 aspirants. This is what they are saying. Now the UPSC has to respond to these 8 questions by October 8th. That is all the case. Now we know that this case does not have any significant impact on the outcome, okay? Neither UPSC will conduct the prelims once again, neither there is going to be any impact on the mains, neither these 4 students will be provided an opportunity to write the mains or anything, because that will be injustice to all the other aspirants, right? So there is no significant outcome regarding the same, but this video will be analyzing the factualness of these 8 disputed questions provided by them. Now also, in case of Civilsdaily as well, we usually make the controversial questions video, okay? So in 2025, we made a controversial video regarding the 8 disputed questions. This year as well, we made a video regarding the 7 questions. And from the 7 questions, 4 questions have been repeated here. So I'll be once again explaining the same. Now, these are the 8 questions which have been challenged by these aspirants. Question number 7, 11, 45, 60, 62, 82, 86 and 96. Now, I won't be diving each and every detail with respect to each and every statement regarding a particular question. I'll only be discussing the disputed statement in every question, right? Now, moving on to the first question here. The question was regarding the place value system. And one of the most disputed question was that in the 9th century, the most disputed statement was that in the 9th century, the place value became general in inscriptions all over India. Now, what do you mean by all over India? It means that it should not be concentrated, the place value inscription should not be concentrated in North India only. Rather, it should be found in South India, West India, Northeast India and everywhere, right? And it also has to be in the 9th century. So, all over India was a very contestable statement. Also, in the first statement regarding the Mankini plates, we have factual sources regarding the same. And the second doubt was that whether they are found in the Sanskrit inscriptions or they are found in some other language. These are the 2 doubts, okay? All over India and whether they are found in the Sanskrit inscriptions. Now, when come to the Mankini plate inscription, we have a book called Mathematics in India, written by a European scholar, which basically provides the information regarding the same. Here you can see here that place value inscriptions, at present, the first such inscription known in Indian source may be on a certain copper plate from Gujarat, which is the Mankini inscription, where it contains the place value number of 346 AD in the so-called Kalachuri era, corresponding to 595 AD. So the same thing has been provided in the question. It is also related to the Mankini inscriptions only. Here also you can see here that the Mankini plains of Kalachuri year 346 AD. So the same has been provided in the Mankini inscription. We don't have a doubt regarding the same. The second doubt here is, has it been found all over India? Now, what are the different inscriptions which have been found? You can see here that the first one was in Gujarat, 595 AD. And these are all the inscriptions which have been found throughout India. Right. So you can see here that it can be in, let's say for example, inscriptions of Yashovarman, inscriptions of Pehava, inscriptions in Kanheri, inscriptions of Avani Varmana, inscriptions of Rashtrakuta, inscriptions of Gwalior, Diogar, inscriptions have been provided in Gujarat, Jayavardhana. So you can see here that close to like 20, 25 or even more than 30 inscriptions have been found in different parts of India. Some of the inscriptions here are from South India. Some of it have been from Central India. Some of it have been from West India. Some of them have been North India as well. So is UPSC wrong in saying that it has been found all over India? Is it concentrated in North India specifically? No. So generally in all over India, yes, it is correct for the fact that South India pe hai, West India pe hai, Eastern India pe hai, and North India pe hai, and also Central India pe hai. So therefore found all over India. You can see here that itna sare inscriptions hai, right? Itna sare inscriptions hai. Some of the inscriptions have been from different places. Also, therefore that is also correct. Now the third one, is it in Sanskrit inscriptions? Yes, it's in Sanskrit inscription only. Because the main inscriptions which provide the information regarding South Asia is the Khmer inscription, which provides a significant inscription made in AD 683 AD, which means the 7th century, which is provided in the question. And this is basically in Sanskrit. Okay, so the inscriptions in Sumatra, Cambodia and everything which has been found, the Khmer inscriptions, they are basically written in Sanskrit, the inscriptions in Sanskrit. So 3 facts are there and the 3 has been factually verified. So therefore, the information provided by UPSC, which is statement D, which is the answer here, all the statements are correct. These basically right. There is no doubt regarding the same. Okay, it is correct only. Now, the second one, here the disputed fact is basically the presence of same species of dolphins in both the Indus and the Ganges river system. Does it provide the information regarding the same? Now, let me tell you that here, most of the aspirants took it wrongly. And what they are basically saying is the presence of same species of dolphins is, they are not same species, right? So basically after 2021, what happened? Previously, we used to count them as same species before 2020. We did not have the Indus dolphin and we don't have the Gangetic river dolphin. There was only one species. This is what the classification was. But after 2021, the taxonomy got changed. Now we are treating it as 2 different dolphins. One is the Indus river dolphin and the other is the Gangetic river dolphin. But what is the question here? Are we factually verifying whether these are 2 different species? Or in this question, we need to say that the presence of same species of dolphins in the Indus and the Ganges system in the Pleistocene period is what we have to factually check here. Not now. In 2021, we know that they are 2 different species. But in the Pleistocene period is whether the same where dolphins in both the Indus and the Ganges, the same species. This is what we have to verify. Okay. So during the Pleistocene period, are they same species? Yes, they are same species. For the fact that, let me tell you that in the same report, they basically provided that during the Pleistocene period, both the species were similar and only one single species. If you study this, the study estimates that the Indus and the river dolphins may have diverged around 550,000 years. And what is basically the Pleistocene period? The Pleistocene period is the period from 2.58 million years ago to 11,700 million years ago. So does 550,000 comes under the Pleistocene period? Yes. So therefore here, the third statement is also correct here. Also here, also in this data, you can see here that the externally calibrated molecular clock estimated that the Indus and the Ganges river dolphins diverged around 550,000. So before 550,000, they were only same species. Now, does it provide the information regarding whether the Yamuna merged into Indus or Satluj merged into Ganga and everything? Yes, they provide the information regarding the same. Because when they were in the same river, they were only one species. When the Indus got merged or when the Yamuna got merged into Satluj or some different things happened, then only they started separating. Before, when the river was similar, they were only a single species. So does it provide information regarding the same? Yes. So therefore here, 3 only will be the answer. Now, what about the first statement here? Does Nadi Sukta provide the information regarding whether the Yamuna once flowed into Indus or the Satluj flowed into Yamuna and everything? No. For the fact that Nadi Sukta, you can see here Nadi Sukta, the exact translation is there. Nadi Sukta only provides information regarding the names of the rivers. Rather, it does not provide you whether Yamuna flowed into Satluj or Satluj flowed into Indus. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. It's just the name of the rivers. That's why first statement is incorrect here. And the second statement regarding the Robert Fruce, he is not related to the Satluj archaeology. He did not do any excavations in Satluj. Rather, he is basically the father of pre-Indian history because of his discovery of Adrianpakam, which is a Paleolithic site. So he's not at all related to Satluj excavations. That is why the second statement is also incorrect here. So therefore here, the presence of the same species in Indus and the Ganga during the Pleistocene period, 5,50,000 पे वो दोनों same ही species था, and therefore it provides information whether Yamuna and Indus or Satluj or Yamuna were once together. Right. So therefore here, 3 only will be the answer here. Okay. Now moving on to the third question. This is something very easy. The only doubt was regarding the third statement. Now, some aspirants had a confusion regarding whether it's 5 metric million tons or it's 50 million metric tons. Now, if you look into the data regarding the same, I have taken the excerpt from PIB here. You can see here that there are 2 data here. The one is that the objectives of National Hydrogen Mission is obtaining or producing 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen produced annually by 2030. This is the production. And the another data which is related to 50 million metric tons of greenhouse gas emissions avoided annually. And what does the question say? National Green Hydrogen Mission India aims at abatement of nearly 50 millitons. So it's basically non-releasement or the abatement of 50 million metric tons. That's the same data which is provided here. The 5 million tons is basically related to the production. But the statement is asking regarding the abatement, which is actually provided in this data. So therefore, this third statement is also correct here and avoid nearly 50 million tons of greenhouse gases. So there is no doubt regarding the same. So therefore, here 3 is also correct here. And the first 2 statements are something very easy. This is not natural gas. This is basically renewable energy. Blue hydrogen is basically natural gas. And it is produced using electrolysis of water generated by renewable energy. Yes. So therefore, here that is what is basically known as green hydrogen, right? So therefore, 2 and 3 is correct. So therefore, the answer provided by UPSC B, this is correct here. There is no dispute in the same. Now, moving on to the 60th question. Now, this is probably the most disputed question here. And I agree to the same, okay? One of the major doubt was that one of the aim of this mission is to cover all public places. Now, let me tell you, we don't have any government source regarding the same. The only source of information that we have regarding Sudarshan Chakra is that 3 statements given by 3 different personalities. And who are the 3 different personalities? The first statement was by, you have to understand the chronology here. First statement was by Prime Minister Modi. Second statement was by Amit Shah. And the third statement was by Sreejay Naik, who is the Minister of State for New and Renewable Energy. Now, the first statement regarding Sudarshan Chakra, we don't have any government records. We don't have any government policy or anything. Nothing is there. Just the 3 statements given by 3 different people is there. Okay. Now, regarding the Prime Minister, what he said in 2025, August 15, what he basically said is, I am saying today from the ramparts of Red Fort that in the coming 10 years by 2025, all the important places of the nation, which includes the strategic as well as civilian areas. So Prime Minister basically mentioned about all the important places only. But what does the question say? The question basically said about all public places. So is all public places exactly similar to all important public places? No. So therefore, first statement, this is, if we go by the Prime Minister's statement, then the statement is incorrect. What about the second statement? Home Minister basically said that under this mission by 2025, critical national sites will be equipped with cutting-edge technology. So does the Home Minister mention about all the public places? No. But what about the third statement here? After these 2 statements given by Prime Minister and the Home Minister, then the Minister of State of New and Renewable Energy, Sreejay Naik, he basically conducted a press conference. And in the press conference, he basically said that under this mission, an expanded nationwide security. So what does a nationwide security mean? All the places of India. Nationwide security can be all the places of India, right? Is envisioned with an enhanced protection of public places. So nationwide and public places. And what does nationwide public places mean? Nationwide also is there, public places is also there, critical areas is also there. So that means that all the places of India are covered, right? Nationwide public places means all the places. Now you have to understand the chronology here, okay? Which statement was made the last? The last statement was made by Sreejay Naik. So therefore, this is the most latest one, right? So should you go with the statement provided by Prime Minister or the latest one? Now, the clarification has been provided in the press conference by Minister of State. So therefore, this is what we have to take, right? So therefore, here, MOS basically said that nationwide shield with the protection of public places, which can be directly related to the all public places by 2035. So that is why, according to me, the third statement is also correct here. That's why A, 60A will be the answer here. All the three statements are correct here. Okay? Now, regarding question number 5, disputed question. Now, here the answer is 62D, okay? Not C, the answer is D. So, therefore, here 2 only is correct here. Now, why is 2 only correct here? Let me tell you. The first statement can be easily eliminated because the first statement basically says that it includes non-cognizable as well. But we know that in case of BNS, section 173 basically say that exclusively for cognizable offense only 0 FIR is there, right? So therefore, the first statement is incorrect here. But what is the doubt here? The doubt is in the second statement, and it basically says that the officer in charge of the police station where the 0 FIR has been lodged. Now, there is a difference between lodging and registering. What do I mean by lodged? Lodged means you go to the police station and you lodge the complaint. What do I mean by register? Register means, what do you mean by register? Register means the police is registering my case. So lodging means I am only going to the police station to say what is the issue. Registering means the police officer is registering my case as an FIR. Now what happens in 0 FIR? If I go to the police station and I lodge my case, the police does not immediately register the FIR. The police can conduct a preliminary inquiry. And if the police officer feels that this is a false allegation, then the FIR won't be filed. Okay. So when does the preliminary inquiry happen? The preliminary inquiry basically happens when after you lodge the case. After registration, then there is no preliminary inquiry, right? The inquiry is basically conducted to ensure whether we have to register the case or it is a false case. So most of the aspirants, what they felt is, officer in charge of police where the FIR has been registered, then there is no need of any preliminary inquiry. Okay, this is what the issue was. But you have to understand that after lodging, then the preliminary inquiry will be conducted. Then only the registration will be happening. So therefore here, if the statement here has been registered, then there is no need of preliminary inquiry. So therefore this statement will be incorrect. But the word here used is lodged. Okay, so what is the process? You go to the police station, then you lodge the case. Then the police officer, if he feels that some kind of issue is there, then a preliminary inquiry can be conducted. If they feel that, okay, fine, this is fine, then they will register the case. So is this statement correct? This statement is definitely correct because they have not already registered the case. We are just lodging the case, right? So therefore here, this statement is correct. Okay, so there is no doubt in the same. Most of the aspirants basically confused lodging with registering. Okay, lodging and registering is completely different here. So therefore, this is also correct and 2 only will be the answer here. Now, this is a very disputed question. In my opinion here, 82, the answer is, this is what UPSC have provided, answer A. But in my opinion, this is incorrect. And the answer should have been C, for the fact that this is the disputed statement here. They are open to the entry for all internationally ranked tennis players above the age of 14. Now, what does all mean? All means that there should not be any conditions, right? All players can come to the same. But there is a condition. Only this particular players can basically play the game. So, if you go into the Grand Slam rules, what does the Grand Slam rules say? The 4 Grand Slam tournaments are basically open to all international players. Is it to all international players? Yes, but with a ranking of 500 or better based on merit and without discrimination. So what does it say? Of course, it's available to all, but is it available to all? No. Because the person has to be under the ranking of 500. Can a person belonging to 1000 rank or 1500 rank play in the tennis Grand Slam? No. They have to be under the 500 rank to basically play the Grand Slam. But here the statement is very exclusive It's basically saying that they are open to the entry for all international players, and all means even if one exemption is there, then the statement should be taken as incorrect, right? So here, if a person is 700 rank, they cannot play the Grand Slam. So is it open to all the players above 14? No. If the rank is 500, they cannot be able to play. So this statement should be taken as incorrect. Okay? But UPSC have provided this statement to be correct here, which in my opinion is incorrect. Third one, there is a limitation on the number of wildcards. This is completely incorrect. Okay. The Grand Slam rules say that there shall be no limitation. So therefore here, third is incorrect. Second should also be incorrect. And therefore, 1 only should be the answer, but UPSC has even provided 1 and 2 only. So here, C should be the answer. Right? Now, regarding blockchain technology, I'm not diving very deep into the same for the fact that I don't know the factualness, or even someone from my commerce background, I won't be able to convince you regarding the same, but this is also fine. I have checked multiple facts. I have gone through everything. This is correct, okay? The answer which is provided by UPSC also is correct here. Now, regarding the last question, UPSC have provided the answer to be C here. So, both 1 and 2 is what UPSC has provided here. But in my opinion, the answer should be A. Because let me tell you the same. UPSC have provided C here. You can see here 96C. UPSC is saying that both the statements is incorrect. But what is the issue here? The issue is with the second statement. So here it says that under the Montreal Convention adopted in 1999, including India, airlines are strictly liable to pay a compensation to the family of every deceased passenger without requiring the family to prove fault. So what does it say? Whatever happens, in every case, to every deceased person, the airline are strictly liable to pay the compensation to every deceased passenger without requiring the family. But what is the clause here? The clause here basically says that the airlines are automatically liable to pay approximately 1,50,000 special SDRs in the form of international currency without proving any fault. Okay. So if you're claiming $1,50,000 or something, then you don't have to prove any fault or anything. Okay. But if the passenger or the injury faced by the passenger, or if the passenger is claiming an amount exceeding 1,51,880, the airline can avoid higher liability only by proving that it was not negligent or that injury was not solely caused by the third party. So what does it mean? For the death of the liability or something, 1 lakh SDRs or 1,50,000 SDRs, we don't have to prove anything. But here you can see that the carrier shall not be liable beyond this limit if it proves that such damage is not due to the negligence or other wrongful act, or such damage is solely due to the negligence or other wrongful act emission of the third party. So what does it say? If it is under the below of 1,50,000 or 1 lakh SDRs, then every deceased person will be able to receive the amount. But if the person is claiming an amount more than 1,50,000, then what will happen? Then without requiring the family to prove fault will be incorrect here. They will have to prove the fault. Okay. So therefore here, the second statement will be incorrect here because there are two conditions. 1 lakh SDRs and more than 1 lakh, or 1,50,000 SDRs or more than 1,50,000 SDRs. Okay. So strictly liable to pay the compensation for every deceased person without requiring the family? No, it's not the same. If it is above 1,50,000, then the airline can basically claim different things and say that this is not our fault. You have to show this, you have to show that, and all these different things. Okay. So therefore, strictly is an extreme word here, and every deceased is also an extreme word here, but there are conditions applying the same. So therefore, this statement is also incorrect here. Okay. So if the statement was prepared in a manner that was strictly able to all the cases without requiring to prove the fault, yeah. So the statement is basically saying that as every deceased is used, but conditions apply till 1 lakh SDRs, the statement should be taken as incorrect. Okay. So among the 8 dispute questions, let me tell you that UPSC statement is correct with respect to 7, 11, 45, 62 and 86, but the UPSC's answer incorrect with respect to the airline question and also with respect to the Grand Slam question. And regarding the Sudarshan Chakra, we have 3 different sources. 2 sources say that it is all critical sites, important places, but only the Sreejay Naik press conference basically said that it's a nationwide security for all the public places. Okay. So if you go by the PM statement, this is incorrect. If you go by the Home Minister statement, this is incorrect. But if you go by the MOS Wala in MOS Wala's press conference, then it should be taken as correct. So this 60th question can be taken as disputed. Okay. So among the 6 questions, 5 will be correct according to UPSC, but in my opinion, 2 questions will be incorrect and 1 can be taken under the dispute category. Now what I'm saying is, UPSC should be much more careful when especially using the extreme words such as all, every and everything, because whenever any conditions apply or whenever we have any exemption regarding the same, then we can basically counter the statements. So that's how we use the elimination techniques, right? So UPSC should be more careful when using these statements because extreme words are coming. One condition is only required to basically make the statement incorrect, right? So that's it, everyone. Thank you. I hope all of you had a clear-cut understanding regarding these all 8 disputed questions. So thank you, everyone. Thank you all for joining. See you for the next session. Thank you.